This is what it looks like. It's in the ground now and growing. It's a grafted tree, so you've got to go through the grafting process. There's 80,000 trees there ready. These are the initial blocks. 3 to 5 years harvest, which is a lot better than, say, a mango, which might be 10 to 12, and 30 to 40 tonne per hectare, which is very, very good. You can't go down this line unless you cut the cost. You can't afford backpackers out there to pick it. There's not enough backpackers, they can't do it fast enough. So you have to look at these mechanisation technologies, much easier with a processed product, automated thinning concepts on the left, and on the right you can blow product out into a collector and harvest multiple times. And it's not easy. Getting this right, there's 50% of that health content occurs in the last 10 days. You have to have a fully tree-ripened, mature fruit. Now that's a really, really big cultural change to what's out there, because your growers, they have to pick all that product normally early so that it can get through to the consumer before it gets squishy. Now fortunately this one is a non-melting type by design, and it never goes soft. But there's a lot of tricks to getting that fully ripe and ready. And current research, and happens to be next week, we're processing it in a commercial premise, trying to recover the whole health. It's no good making a juice when we throw away some of the health product, and convincing people, in this case, that there's at least 20% of that health is in the skin, and probably quite a lot more. So there are new areas of research to try and get that into acceptable product formats, either as a juice or a powder, and then put it into a drink or some other form. And just give you the stats there, 1 glass, about 200 ml of this, will give you enough antioxidant that's equivalent to 3 times the average intake of people. So it's significant on your diet just to take one of these. But you don't normally go in for an antioxidant, and we're trying to target that where you can understand the message. One of the big ones here, it's a bit like the red wine story, cardiovascular health, but we do know that it reduces inflammation, and there's evidence that it'll also help ameliorate obesity, and high intakes of these types of products are known to help the deposition of abdominal fat. And if you're male and middle-aged, this becomes really, really important. Some more examples. Now this is a Queensland example of Dr. Red. It's a high-end product. They're growing purple carrots, and Professor Lindsay Brown there on the left is showing the carrots. These are an old variety. Carrots used to be purple before we bred the purple out of them and make them orange. Now the purple again. And that purple is the health content. Animal studies showing the anti-obesity, anti-inflammatory effects, and then packaged up into that product that you'll find on the health food stores there, Shiraz, wine and purple carrot blend. Some products under development. This is another example, still in the breeding stage, where we can take sweet corn and raise the zeaxanthin content by over 10 times normal. Now, why is that important? That's one of the primary molecules that's at the back of your retina. You only get it from plants. It's limiting in the diet, it's very limiting in the diet, and we can get this up that just 1 cob will give you approximately 1.5 times the dose that's been used in clinical trials in pill form. And again, like the plum story, don't want to do that and just have it out there in season. Want to convert that all the way through to a processed product. You don't see the processed corn, the ready-to-eat, vacuum-packed, pre-cooked corn on the Australian market. It's just about everywhere else in the world. But you can do that. It's shelf-stable. It has a 12-month shelf life. It's a heat and eat product. We can take that through. We not only get the health, we get the convenience. Another product that's further down the line in Queensland, it's high lycopene tomatoes. That's the red colour in tomatoes. known for prostate cancer prevention. We can raise that at least 3 times. The top level one there is the super red, that's an actual photograph of the current tomato, versus the normal, and also having to breed in, get breeding in the lycopene's the easy part, breeding in the flavour and the productivity as well takes a bit of time. And here's a product, and it's not phytofarming per se, but it's taking a conventional product and repackaging it so that you understand the benefits. This is the Aussie Have an Apple campaign, and apples are really, really high in product, in antioxidants, and have been shown in epidemiological studies to have health effects, and this is about repackaging that. But in Europe, they're now taking heritage varieties. They've found that heritage varieties, 2 to 4 times the antioxidant content of a normal one. You might want to eat it, but they're going into convenience products so that you actually get the health in something you actually wanted to eat. Internationally, the Italians are good at design. You can't deny that. This is about lycopene, extracting that lycopene, putting it in forms that will be good for you. Here's another international example. You'll see the pomegranate product on every Coles and Woolworths supermarket in Australia. That used to be a table decoration. It's now been turned into a mainstream health product, positioned not in the drinks cabinet, but alongside the fruit and vegetables in those supermarkets as an alternative to fresh fruit and vegetables. Massively successful, huge input, 34 million into health is what they're currently claiming. Positioned around health of the heart, and there's no health claim there, but they're really smart in their advertising. Life support. Other international examples, cranberry, no health claim, but they're advertising that extensively on Australian television. Brazil, acai berries, totally new fruit, mass produced in Brazil now, no data. Where are we going in the future? Well, it can go a long, long way. New functional foods have given you an idea of how you can go forward, but we think by understanding which phytochemicals will do what, we can get things you can't even imagine today. People want to alter them, be able to improve their mood, immunity and well-being through foods. Obligatory acknowledgements, Horticulture Australia and my researchers at Agri-Sciences Queensland and the university. So, thank you.